Hey guys, welcome back. Whenever we take a turn, there are two things which we consider the most, that is the maximum grip between the tire surface and the road surface and the perfect balance of the vehicle so that we do not lose the stability of the vehicle. Well, there is a relationship between these two things, the maximum grip and the perfect balance. What is that relationship? We'll see that today in this video. Now, as we are talking about grip and balance of the vehicle, obviously we have to consider parameters. Those parameters are lateral force and the slip angle. Now here we have three sets of tires with different dimensions and properties. Before we proceed on, you may have a doubt that why are we having different sets of tires with different dimensions and properties and so on. Well, like I said, we basically have two things, the grip and the balance. Grip, is dependent on the properties of tires ultimately, like the material of the tire and the tire air pressure and so on, which can be, the tire air pressure can be regulated quite easily. But what about the balance of the vehicle? The balance of the vehicle is based on things like, the weight distribution of the vehicle and basically the structure of the vehicle. Well, there's no way to change the structure of the vehicle. If we want to change if we try to change the structure of the vehicle, it will become quite illogical thing. So one way to achieve maximum grip and the perfect balance is to have a look at this graph. We can plot this graph on a computer, and let's say for tire set number 1, we get this graph. The tires on the rear axle have the maximum grip, the maximum lateral force 6000 newtons at 6 degrees of slip angle, whereas those on the front with 4000 newton maximum lateral force with a slip angle of 8 degrees. Now these two slip angles are not the same, which is quite clear over here. Hence we cannot say that this car though it has maximum grip but does not have the perfect balance. Now you may ask that, so what if they do not have the front and the rear tires do not have the same slip angles? How can you say that the car do not have a proper balance? So let us go back to the meaning of the slip angle. We had already discussed that the slip angle is basically the angle between the center line of the wheel and the direction of travel of the wheel. Now, it is quite understandable that, let's say, if the slip angle is different between the front tires and the rear tires, obviously there'll be some imbalance in the vehicle, and there'll be instability in the vehicle, and the vehicle will end up into an accident or something like that. Hence we can say that the balance of the vehicle is not perfect if the slip angle is not the same. Now let us take some value over here. For example, if the slip angle over here on the front axle is, say for example, 3 degrees, and on the rear axle we have 6 degrees. If we say that the slip angle on the front axis is too small, it can lead to oversteer of the vehicle. If we end here, at the same time there is understeer on the rear axle. So oversteer on the front and understeer on the rear. Now it is quite clear that it is not a perfect balance on the vehicle, and the vehicle will lose its stability. So moving on to a graph. In tire set number 1, though we had maximum grip, we did not have perfect balance because the slip angle was not the same. The same thing is with the tire set number 2, though maximum grip, no perfect balance because no similar slip angle. In tire set number 3, we have perfect balance, the maximum grip and also the perfect balance because the slip angle is same. Why? Well, we just discussed that if the slip angle is same, the vehicle will maintain its stability and there will be no imbalance created. So this is the relation that is to be noted over here in order to obtain both maximum grip and perfect balance. Now there is no such empirical formula or something, which can be through which we can easily obtain this graph. This is just a matter of trial and error. Trial and error. One need to just choose the right amount, the right tire dimension in order to obtain the same slip angle. And yeah, by monitoring the graph, one can obtain these two parameters, which is perfect for a good cornering. So if you have any doubt regarding this topic, feel free to leave it below in the comment section, or any other doubt regarding the automobile technology. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.